Selecting parts of an image can be done using a number of tools. To start with, there are a number of different lasso tools. You can use a standard lasso tool. This follows wherever you hold the button down and drag. You quite often need a very steady hand to use this tool. It is suitable for some things, but definitely not for others. The other tool you could use is a polygonal lasso tool. This is a lasso tool, but it draws only in straight lines and then attaches wherever you click your mouse button. So here I can very roughly and very quickly outline my shape. It only struggles when I get to corners, and to complete the shape I have to go all the way around to my starting point. So that's one of the lasso tools. And the final lasso tool is the magnetic lasso tool. This looks for contrast between surface colours. So if I start at the top here, it's got a little bit confused with the white. Now where there's a strong contrast between the colours, it's following down quite firmly. And hopefully it should manage to cope with the rest of the phone shape. This is working quite well because there's a strong contrast. Although you can see on the section of the buttons where I just went past down here, it has actually struggled to follow the outline. This is due to the lack of contrast between the shiny surface of the buttons and the white background. The final selection tool set are the wands. The quick selection tool can be used to look for shapes. So this you can just use, go along, click, and it looks for shapes and outlines of shapes and tries to create whole blocks of image. So here I'm going to select the entire phone, and then I'm just going to try and get that button. Okay. This has actually been far more successful than the magnetic lasso tool. So for a task like this it may be more appropriate. And the final selection tool is the magic wand tool. This looks for colour. So you can set up here its tolerance of colour. The bigger the number, the more of similar colours it will select. Usually if you start at about 30 on the tolerance and see how many colours that selects. With the shape similar to this, what I may do is actually select the white area first and then actually inverse the selection. So if I go to select and inverse, then it selects the opposite part of the shape. I can then use the quick selection tool to add this final button to my selection and tidy up any surfaces. Because the quick selection tool, the way it works, it actually adds to constantly. If you find you've gone over a section, you can always zoom in and actually take that away just by a simple click on the top bar up here. I'm just going to shrink my tool down and I'm just going to try and deselect this tiny piece up here. There we go. So I'm happy with that now. So, selection tools. Either use the lasso tools, found by holding down the lasso with the third button down on the toolbar, or use the wand tools, fourth button down. One is not suitable for every task. The best way to find out is to experiment with them.